Are you guys ready to hear one of the dumbest things you're going to hear all day? Well, you're going to want to strap yourselves in for this one. Joy Behar rips heterosexual men for supporting tackle football. The View co host Joy Behar hits conservatives and heterosexual men on Wednesday for their support of tackle football. It sounds pretty sexist and homophobic of you, Joy Behar. I'm pretty sure homosexual people like football, as do women. It's not exclusive to heterosexual men and conservatives. Lefties and liberals also like football. Okay, I don't know what the hell she's talking about, but seems pretty bigoted. 45% of Americans think that tackle football is appropriate. And that number actually seems very low. I'm calling bullshit on this. I don't know where she's getting these numbers from. Heterosexual men voted the most support for kids doing football, and conservatives were more likely to support youth tackle football. Just saying, Behar said with disdain. The hosts were discussing Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin, who collapsed during a game on Monday night and suffered cardiac arrest, and renewed calls for the NFL to make safety a top priority. And yeah, I hope this dude, Damar Hamlin, I hope he makes a full recovery. What happened was just awful. All right, we all know that it seemed like it was just a freak accident. Yeah, he got messed up pretty bad, but hope for he makes a full recovery. Co-host Sunny Hostin told a story about her son who suffered from a hamstring injury while playing football. He realized at that point, that could happen to my brain, and so he quit, Hostin explained. Yeah, everybody knows that you could be injured playing a sport. It comes with the game. Okay, everyone realizes that there are risks you take when you play sports, physical contact sports like football, like basketball. Even soccer, you can get hurt. UFC, boxing. These are risks people are willing to take to play these games that they love. Everyone knows that. Co-host Sarah Haynes said the injury wouldn't turn people away from football because it's a huge part of tradition. I grew up and football was just the norm. My parents went to the games long after we were even in high school because the whole town did it. I loved Friday Night Lights, and what it might change is people have kids coming up because, like me, you wouldn't even have known all the damage that could be done now. Haynes expressed concern over CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy. I probably fucked that up, but and said she wouldn't let her kids fall in love with football. And well, that's on you. If you don't want your kids playing football, I respect it. That's on you. All right. CTE is a neurodegenerative disease linked to repeated head trauma that has befallen numerous football players. I think a lot of mothers certainly feel that way and have felt that way for a long time. But it's the way my son describes it. It's a family, it's a bonding experience that he has never had before, Hostin said. And yeah, that is true. It is like a family. I know a lot of people who have formed very close friendships and bonds with people from playing sports in their childhood. Right? I'm sure that goes on to, the college level and then, the pro level. Yeah, people form very close bonds playing these games, right? And with this whole safety thing, this reminds me of that South Park episode. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It was called Sarcastaball, and the town and the school and the parents were concerned over the children, being injured playing football. And so Randy, Stan's dad, kept making sarcastic comments like, "Oh yeah, why don't the kids all just wear bras, right? Why don't they just, instead of using a football, why don't they use a balloon? And instead of tackling, why don't they just hug each other?" He kept making all these sarcastic comments, and everyone was like, actually that sounds like a good idea. Maybe that would work. And so they actually implemented those rules, and everyone was wearing bras and tinfoil hats and hugging each other instead of tackling each other. Funny as hell episode. Randy just couldn't stop being sarcastic and just making everything worse. But it was fucking hilarious. But that's what it feels like. It feels like we're living in a South Park episode. We have been living in this South Park episode clown world nonsense for so long. But it just keeps getting stranger and stranger. But Behar suggested people play golf or tennis instead. How about no? Okay, golf and tennis, these are completely different sports. They are nothing like football. What if people don't want to play golf or tennis? What if people like the thrill of, the physical activity that comes with football, right? The tackling, the, catching passes and juking people out and everything else that comes with it. They like, hitting other people, with full force. Some people like that, right? It's exciting, it's thrilling. There are very different rule sets that come with golf and tennis and all that. I mean, this isn't chess we're talking about, all right? I mean, people just like physical sports. Sorry. Hamlin's heartbeat was restored on the field on Monday in Cincinnati as medical personnel performed CPR, while spectators and a national television audience watched in shock. Hamlin's uncle, Dorian Glenn, said his nephew improved to 50% oxygen on a ventilator on Tuesday. Well, that's good, or better at least. Right now, they got him on a ventilator, so they're trying to get him to breathe on his own, Glenn said. So we're just kind of taking it day by day. Still in the ICU, they have him sedated, so just continue to administer the medical treatment that they've been doing. And yeah, like again, hope he makes a full recovery. This is just an awful, terrible situation. But yeah, again, Joy Behar, the rest of the view, just stupid, dumb take. Why don't we just make everything safer for everyone in football? No, everyone knows that there are risks that come with playing this game. Okay, people love it. It's their, whether it's your hobby or your job, it's your livelihood. They know that things can happen. Right? I've been injured playing basketball before when I was a kid. Okay, these things can happen. Make it like, yeah, let's just put everyone in bubble wrap and send them out on the field and just let them have it, right? Let them go all out. But no, this is ridiculous. Blaming heterosexual men and conservatives for liking football when I know definitely for a fact that it's not just conservative heterosexual men that like sports, right? Like physical contact, right? Just a just a dumb take from Joy Behar. I thought it was funny and ridiculous that I wanted to share with you guys. So yeah, I guess that's about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later.